Welcome back to Good Morning Kansas. We're cooking with cake, and I'm so excited to share a recipe from my kitchen to yours. I share a lot of pictures of stuff that I make online, Jeremy, and people are always like, well, how do you do this? And what can we do to make this at home? And today I'm showing people how to make pork teriyaki. And this is good. So at my family's house, so we call it special pork at our house, and we call it special pork, or special meat rather, because it's just something we eat on special occasions. Kind of lame, right? Like special meat.
Whatever.
Like, whatever. But it's so good. We often have dishes like this around the holidays. So instead of a traditional like American meal of a turkey spread or a ham for Christmas Day, for example, on Christmas Eve, we'll go and have our Asian food.
Oh, that's cool.
This is great.
Yeah, celebrate both traditions.
Yeah, we got a little bit. We do both, so we do a little bit of both. But this is what you all need to do. So I have here in a big skillet. I went ahead and added a little bit of oil to it, just because I think it's nice when we add our fragrant parts of the dish. So do you mind? I'm going to have you add some onion. So toss in this onion here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic. So I chopped up an onion about, I would say probably about a half cup, or a small onion is fine, and then have some garlic. And we're just going to let that cook and sizzle here. I just turned up the heat a bit ago, so it's going to take it just a moment
she's
to get
using olive oil, because earlier I said, boy, it smells like sesame oil in here, but she said she used
No,
olive oil.
it's not. It's not. It's just all the ingredients here. So I'm going to get this going here to get it all heated up, and then we're going to add, in addition to those, and the garlic, I would say maybe a couple of tablespoons, or maybe a clove of garlic.
Okay.
You can kind of hear it now. We'll add our meat here in a moment, and it's 4 cups of, I have pork loin. So you can go and get like center cut pork loin, or you can go and buy just about any type of spine. I cut it up into strips of about, I would say, 1/2 inch along the side of it. So they're about 1/2 inch to maybe a couple of inches long.
All right.
And we're going to add it here just as we get this. I want the onion and the garlic to kind of become a bit translucent, to get it cooking, to help immerse that flavor out, and then add that to the meat here. Do you make like anything special with your family? I mean, we talk about it behind the scenes here, like
growing up, we would
eggs
do
and rice.
Yeah,
and,
and when my kids grew up, I mean, that was such a fast, easy dish.
Sure.
White rice, brown rice,
Yeah.
scramble like 6-8 scrambled eggs, and you chop it up and you mix it together. I mean, that's just an easy, that's like fast food Asian
Oh, for sure,
breakfast.
for sure. And our background, so I'm half Vietnamese, and you?
Half Filipino.
Half Filipino.
Yeah.
So now is a good time that we can go ahead and add the meat. I just like to get all the fragrant stuff kind of cooking.
So something like this growing up, I mean, very similar. I think about the only difference is we would add green scallion onions.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. My sister will make it a little different. So she'll typically add the green onion to it, and she'll do it at the end of the dish. So, but she's not a big onion eater among our family, so this is her way of doing it, because she doesn't mind the green onion, but the regular onion, she's like, but I'll use something like a red onion, a yellow, or a sweet onion. Whatever I have on hand is what works here. So I let it cook just for a little bit. We don't need a ton of cooking of this, because really it's just a matter of integrating the flavors all together. It's starting to sear the meat a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's cooking pretty quick.
Yeah, it cooks pretty fast. This is a pretty easy, like I would say you could make this dish in maybe like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Easily, everything all together. I'm going to add some water here.
And that's 30 minutes including cooked rice time.
Prepping,
right?
everything, man, everything. So I have about a cup of rice here. Again, I added a little bit cooler, just is going to let it go and warm up along with that. And if you don't mind adding the soy sauce to this.
How much do you got here?
I have 1/3 cup of soy sauce, but I will say I tend to eyeball the soy sauce in this. So we'll see how this looks. So it doesn't look too bad as it gets heated up, but it's going to go, and you want kind of like this, you don't want it to be as dark as what soy sauce looks, kind of a blackened sauce. You want it to be kind of a medium brown. So trust me, it'll taste really good with everything. And if you don't mind adding the brown sugar, and that's about 1/3 cup as well.
You want to split the whole?
Yeah, the whole thing in there.
Right,
and this will give it kind of that sweeter teriyaki flavor. When you get teriyaki sauce from the store, it might have a brown sugar in there or a pineapple juice, and you could add that to this dish. But I let that go and cook, and basically I want it to cook through with the meat. And at our house, we don't typically do anything to thicken it or make it special. And this is pretty much it. So you just let the meat cook through, and it's really delicious. And if you want to, though, have a little bit thicker of a sauce. You can go and add maybe a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch, and I'm going to do it just for the sake of, I think, what people would expect of what you get at a restaurant.
Yeah, and when you do that, you're kind of making it more thick,
so
more like a gravy. But then the thing is if you're putting that on top of rice, the rice is going to soak that up anyway.
Right. I don't think it's necessary, but if you like to have a thicker sauce, a sauce that might come out of a bottle, that's probably what you want to do. But when you add cornstarch, just make sure that you stir everything is good together. So I just added a little bit of water, or you can pull the sauce from there and mix it up. And then I'll go and I'll quickly stir it into the sauce. But the important part about cornstarch or flour, you don't want to add it straight into a hot pan because it'll go and clump up, and that's not very fun to work with. I'm going to add just a little bit more water so it doesn't clump up. But that's pretty much it. I have a final look at the product if you want to see it. I have a bunch of pictures up on my fan page right now, in fact, of what it looks like. So it's pretty good. I like it, and hopefully you all will like it too. But I will say, recently, we've been celebrating cooking at my house because last weekend I went down to Wellington for Fall Festival, and look at this here. I won an award. So we have award-winning recipes on my Facebook page. So if you go over there, you can check out, I will have this recipe with the teriyaki pork up. But I also have recipes including my award-winning cinnamon rolls. I won the People's Choice and the Judge's Choice for there. So head over to my Facebook page. You can also see stuff on my Twitter, Instagram, got it all. But look at that sauce. It is a lot thicker now. So it's so good, I'm telling you. But this will cook pretty quickly, and hopefully it's something that you all can enjoy. You just go and you put a little bed of rice onto your plate, toss this on top, and then you got dinner. It's good.
Yeah, if they only had smell-o-vision right now.
It's pretty good.
Oh, it smells good.
It smells like teriyaki chicken or teriyaki pork in this case. So not too bad, pretty cost-effective. Pork is pretty inexpensive to go and buy, so maybe this is something that you all can go and make at home tonight or sometime in the future.
Yeah, and for people who don't like garlic as much, it's not super strong with garlic because you only put just a little bit in.
Yep, just a little bit in. All right, well, thank you, Jeremy, for the assistance, and thank you all. We'll be right back.